Evening, dear sisters and brothers. Welcome to the evening session of Being Heartful Every Day with Swadhyaya. Yesterday, we began our exploration of the new week for this week, which is criticism and excellence. We started to see that how criticism can become a mirror for self refinement and how excellence in the heartfulness way is not about comparison but about alignment with our purpose. This evening, let us deepen our reflection by approaching these two aspects from another angle, that how criticism, when embraced with grace, paves the way for authentic excellence. Often, when someone criticizes us, the first instinct is to defend ourselves or to justify our actions. Yet, if we pause, criticism can be seen not as an attack, but as an invitation to look within. Even when criticism is poorly worded or delivered harshly, there is usually a seed of truth hidden within. And if we can separate the sense from the tone, we gain valuable insight into our tendencies. Daji often reminds us that our goal is to cultivate a heart so light and transparent that no remark disturbs our inner balance. Criticism then ceases to wound because we no longer take it as a personal blow. Instead, we welcome it as a guidance for our inner polishing. In this way, criticism becomes more less about the person offers it and more about our capacity to learn from it. Excellence on the spiritual path does not mean flawlessness. Perfection is static, excellence is dynamic. And if the person has the willingness to keep refining step by step, moment by moment, then it appears itself in a gradual way. In the heartfulness way, excellence shows itself when our inner state, purity, calmness, balance begins to radiate outward into our relationships, our work, and our responsibilities. An abhyasi who strives for excellence does not aim to impress others, but rather to honor the sacred condition gifted in meditation. Every act, no matter how small, speaking kindly, listening with attention, working sincerely, can become an offering of excellence when performed with awareness and love. Dear sisters and brothers, you are requested, as always, to also extend the invitation of being heartful everyday sessions and heartfulness master classes with your circle of influence as well. And now we will turn to our inspirational reading, which is from the article Become the Best Version of Yourself. This is by beloved Taji, dated 1st December 2024. Daji introduces the 10th universal principle, which is a prayerful approach to continuous self improvement. This practice nurtures self acceptance and the understanding that we are work in progress. It offers a method to observe ourselves with self compassion instead of guilt and shame. It also develops a gratitude and humility to work on changing ourselves, to acknowledge how our lives are interwoven, how to be kind to ourselves, and how to be kind to others as a natural outcome. The result is that we rekindle the childlike innocence and sense of wonder that brings so much joy to everyday living. Principle 10. At bedtime, feeling the presence of God, repent for any wrongs committed unknowingly, beg forgiveness in a supplicant mood, and prayerfully resolve not to allow repetition of the same. To err is human, to strive to improve is also human. Finally, we come to the 10th principle of Babuji, which focuses on continuous improvement. With the help of the preceding 9 principles, we experience expansion of consciousness and refine our values, behavior, and relationships. And now the 10th principle takes us to the next level with a very simple daily practice of continuous improvement. Have you noticed yet that principle 1 starts the day before dawn with the early morning practice of meditation, and principle 10 ends the day just before sleep with the prayerful practice of continuous improvement. In between, the other 8 principles focus on lifestyle during our waking hours. After reading this article, you will also realize that Principle 10 is one of the best ways to work with the other principles. Continuous improvement consists of 2 aspects. The first is to recognize and acknowledge our mistakes, then to repent and ask forgiveness, and finally to resolve not to repeat the same mistakes again. The second is to prevent the same mistakes from happening again. In other words, to let go of the past patterns and open ourselves to a nobler, simpler way of living that is in tune with nature. It is the combination of these 2 aspects that enables continuous self improvement. Why is Principle 10 practiced before bedtime? The answer relates to the natural daily cycle. Before going to sleep, we wind down. Our daily activities are over. We are preparing for sleep. And if we are in tune with natural cycles, our autonomic nervous system has switched into parasympathetic. Our breathing is calmer. Our whole energy system is relaxed. And our brain waves are slowing down so that we automatically access the subconscious realms more readily. We find ourselves in a comparatively free state. Babuji calls it nature's state of contentment. It is a good time for introspection and reflection. We are quite and more likely to accept our shortcomings and work with them constructively. Deeper patterns and memories start to surface. The ego, which is more reactive during the day when the energy of the sympathetic nervous system is activated, becomes softer and less reactive. So we choose the best time to evaluate and correct ourselves when it is likely to have the greatest effect. Dear sisters and brothers, let us take the pause from the reading as it is time for the universal prayer. Let us come together to offer the universal prayer now. All brothers and sisters are being filled with love and devotion, and real faith is growing stronger in them. सभी भाई बहन प्रेम और भक्ति से भरे हैं और उनमें सच्ची श्रद्धा दृढ़ होती जा रही है। May this universal prayer awakens love in the hearts of all. Dear sisters and brothers, as you prepare to rest tonight, take a few moments to recall the day, offer your inner reflections and the bedtime prayer. Was there any feedback or comment that unsettled you? Was there an instant when you offered a remark to another? Ask yourself, did I respond with the heart or with the ego? And what lesson was hidden in that? Can I carry it forward as a gentle step toward my own refinement? And offer these reflections and prayers, asking for the guidance to welcome it in any form and the steadiness to continue striving for excellence and love. Dear sisters and brothers, thank you for joining in tonight's reflection. Together, we make this journey more meaningful. And we look forward to seeing you all tomorrow for the morning session at 6 a.m. as we continue our exploration of the theme of criticism and excellence this week. Until then, may your night be restful, your heart remain light, and your steps guided gently by the divine. Wishing you all a very good night.